3.3 Cost Management using AWS Budgets. In this video, we will cover the following topics. What are AWS budgets and why do we need them? How to create AWS budgets. How to manage AWS budgets. In the cloud world, cost management is becoming an aspect of everyone's job. AWS Budgets lets you set custom budgets that alert you when you exceed or are about to exceed the thresholds that you set. You can use AWS Budgets to set a budget that tracks your costs at the monthly level. You can configure alerts that will notify you when your user-defined spend thresholds are reached, and use AWS Budgets to monitor your budget portfolio. Also, AWS Budgets has a free tier offering of 62 free budget days per month, essentially 2 active budgets for every day of the month, and each subsequent budget will incur a cost of $0.02 per day. Now coming to managing costs with AWS Budgets. AWS Budgets enable you to plan your service usage, service costs, and instance reservations. AWS Budgets information is updated up to 3 times a day. Updates typically occur between 8 to 12 hours after the previous update. Following are the types of budgets. Cost budgets. Plan how much you want to spend on a service. Usage budgets. Plan how much you want to use one or more services. Reservation instance or RI utilization budgets. Define a utilization threshold and receive alerts when your RI usage falls below that threshold. This lets you see if your RIs are unused or underutilized. Reservation instance or RI coverage budgets. Define a coverage threshold and receive alerts when the number of your instance hours covered by RIs falls below that threshold. This lets you see how much of your instance usage is covered by a reservation. Savings plans utilization budgets. Define a utilization threshold and receive alerts when the usage of your savings plans falls below that threshold. This lets you see if your savings plans are unused or underutilized. Savings plans coverage budgets. Define a coverage threshold and receive alerts when your savings plans eligible usage that is covered by savings plans falls below that threshold. This lets you see how much of your instance usage is covered by savings plans. Best practices for AWS budgets. Allow IAM users to create budgets in the AWS Billing and Cost Management console. Set your budget on a recurring basis so that you don't unexpectedly stop receiving budget alerts. Cost budgets can be aggregated by unblended costs, amortized costs, or blended costs. It is a good practice to use actual alerts as AWS requires approximately 5 weeks of usage data to generate budget forecasts. If you still have doubts regarding AWS budgets, please check out the links that we have provided in this video's resources. Let us work hands-on with AWS budgets. Go to aws.amazon.com and click on Sign in to your existing account. Enter account email address and password and click on Sign in. In the Management console, go to AWS Budgets. Click on Create Budget. There are different types of budgets, and here I am choosing the cost budget. Enter the budget details such as name, period, budget amount, etc. and click on Configure Alerts. Here you can create alerts using alert threshold and email contact. You can also use SNS for alerts. Also, additional email IDs can be added for alerts. Now click on Confirm Budget. Here you can view all the details of your budget. Summary. In this video, we have covered the following topics. What are AWS budgets and why we need them? How to create AWS budgets? And how to manage AWS budgets. In the next video, we will learn about infrastructure as code in AWS.